Right now, let's quickly embark on a comprehensive exploration of the political landscape as we shine a spotlight on the Edo 2024 gubernatorial election. Our distinguished guest for this insightful discussion are Christopher Ojehewe. He's a seasoned political analyst. And of course, we're also expecting a Sosa Morege, who we hope will join us before the end of the conversation if he actually made up with time. We also have the deputy chairman of the Edo State Labour Party. She's in person of Esoke Tongo. I actually told her that the name actually resonated with one of my lecturers, so there's a kind of mixed up in my head, but I'll try to stick to it. Good morning, Mr. Ojehewe. Happy New Year. It won't be out of place to say good, Happy New Year. We're saying for the first time.
365 days is complete.
Definitely good to see you, and of course,
you.
glad to have you join us, the deputy chairman of the Labour Party in the state. So let's give her the honor. She's blessed among men. So you take the first shot.
Okay.
30 million naira for forms. Is it that too much for a political party that one we want to naturally say would have been a bailout from the norm that we've been seeing in the past? 30 million naira, just about 20 million naira difference from what other political parties will be thinking. Is that not too much?
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, viewers. You say there's a 20 million naira difference? Well, it depends on how you're going to look at it. But from the perspective of Labour Party, if comparatively, you are looking at the amount, I think is the least among the the leading parties, you know. But in an ideal world, Labour Party being for the people, they want something that is affordable to all the people. But in the real world as we find it today, politics is run not only on love for the people, but you also did some expenses. This 30 million comparatively is very, very low comparatively, because look at the gap, 20 million, and this is a party who is or funded by just the party itself.
When you mean funded by the party itself,
yes.
you need to expatiate on that so we understand.
Okay. For example, we have expenses to run. You know, the other political parties, it's not that it's a bad thing. Government actually started them off.
You think so?
Were you not? Are you not aware that government used to sponsor parties at the beginning? Those parties.
I wouldn't know. That's an aberration. If government is sponsoring a political party, you're equally saying we are using taxpayers' money
of course,
to run political parties.
Then, no, the start off at that time. We are talking about the past now.
Okay.
At that time, before...
well, I'm not a politician. I wouldn't know, so probably you are educating me.
You are well aware.
You are educating me now.
Well, we are not going to go into that. It's not,
definitely.
It's an open secret that government, when you form a political party those days, you know, to encourage people to go into politics. That's what was happening. Okay. But Labour Party actually is run on dues from members. How much is that due? 200 naira. Just for you to, if you're a member, you have to pay 200 naira for your membership.
Every day, every week?
No, every
month, every year?
Actually, monthly.
Okay.
How much is that? 2,400.
Okay.
You know how expensive things are now. But that 30 million is so that people can identify. Do you have the capability or capacity? Okay. Is it not from there we are even going to conduct these primaries? From there we are going to do publicity. From there we are 30 million cannot even run the party for 4 years. You know, so if if you want to be greedy, we will encourage all of them. We have at least the highest number of aspirants in Labour Party.
So if you have the highest number of aspirants, and if you multiply 30 million naira, multiply by how many of them, there should be about 30 or so.
You are multiplying it.
So multiply. This is a whooping sum of amount.
We are multiplying it, but the state chairman, Ogbalo, KSC, he is very magnanimous. He encourages them. He has encouraged them. You are 30 people. Like on Thursday last week, he called Edo, I think, Edo Central.
Okay.
He asked them, he said, come together. In any class that you are in, you went to school now.
I did.
Immediately you are in the classroom, within 2 weeks, you will know the people that are most intelligent, that are more intelligent than you. Abi?
Okay.
So he advised them, it's part of the consultation.
Okay.
Talk to them that all of you are here. Come together. Harmonize so that it's not going to be like this one is paying 30 million. If we have 30 people coming, that means you have the capacity and you believe you can be a governor. You can imagine it's only going to be one person paying that, that is going to get that ticket at the end of the day.
Definitely.
But if we have 30, 33, 35 people supporting that one person, don't you think we will have no problems even, mobilizing on our own? That is what he has been trying to encourage all of them to do. On Monday, he also met with Edo South, gave them the same advice. All of you come together. Say, this one, you have it in you. Because when you are competing with people, you already know that, you can come together. There's nothing like the best thing. If you come together, it will be like, okay, this one, North has one. This person, South has one. Okay. Central has one. Is that not an idea?
Okay, we'll return back to you in a moment, but from my little calculation, I'm not a good mathematician. I actually studied mass communication, but 30 million multiplied by 30 people is about 900 million naira. Just 10 million away from a billion naira for a party that is supposedly supposed to be a hope and kind of a light for the less privileged in the sense that people who feel they cannot battle with the high and mighty in other political parties. Labour Party, your logo says it's for Mama, Papa, and Peking. So how will Mama, Papa, and Peking come together and survive in a party where about 900 million naira will be generated just for party primaries? I'll be back. You'll be answering that. Just hold that on one hand.
Because hold that on. You understand what I was saying.
Okay. Let's quickly clear that now so that we can go on. Quickly.
It's on paper that you calculated that thing. Okay. But the chairman is asking them. Okay. You don't have to do this. Okay. Keep your money and support one person that you have in your zone.
All right.
So if he's greedy, you will say, okay, go and do it. Okay. But if he's giving advice, it is because he has the love of the people.
So definitely, should we expect a consensus candidate before the primaries?
That's within the zone. Is amongst the
from the zonal level.
No,
we have 3 senatorial districts now. So are we going to have a consensus candidate from these 3 senatorial districts? You have to help us hold that on one hand. Let's quickly get to Mr. Ojekere. Now, when it comes to election, you can't take it away from Edo State. In 2020, if I can remember vividly well, some persons told some persons that Edo is not Lagos. The atmosphere is getting tensed, considering the fact that we have so many political parties involved. This is the first time we are having a very, very, very encouraging numbers of people throwing their weight on the race. Even a particular political party recently said that some people should actually forget about their aspiration. They want to narrow it to a particular number. Some are saying your outcome is your business. We are still on the race. A particular candidate, a particular aspirant actually said he's not going to abuse those people that were in that committee, but he will ensure that he goes behind closed door and make things clear, but they are still on the race. Some aspirants actually took it as their fate and told themselves, okay, we'll give it a try next time. Now, considering the polity and the hotness of Edo State politics, what are your expectations, Ojekere?
Well, Edo is a pressured state, as you have said, politically. And that's a good thing. It's not a negative thing. What it simply means is that the awareness for the importance of taking over the reins of governance has been increased to the point where everyone thinks that the space has been democratized enough for even the middle class, to participate. If you look at the number of aspirants, majority of them are from the middle class, and they are willing to pay for their party tickets and pay for their party forms and participate. So it's a good thing in that sense. Now, judging also the question that is referring to the question you asked, you judge what will be outcomes to processes from the current situations. You predict and, from there. The way it's being run in Edo State, they should actually be admired. Politics is going on in the state. It's been on for a couple of months now, and the state is just moving on smoothly. Because the atmosphere that has been created by the government in power has not demonstrated a do or die affair, has not emasculated other political parties from exercising their democratic liberties. And so because of that, you have, as we just heard now, over 30 aspirants, or about 30 aspirants in the Labour Party. You have that in Accord. I understand 2 SDPs gearing up. You have an APC and you have in PDP. Yeah. So by the time you put everything together, you are probably arriving at about 60 to 70 aspirants. In other states like our neighboring Kogi here, we'd already be hearing rumors of ta-ta-ta. In other states like, let me not name any other states, we'll probably be hearing about talks moving here and all of that. But here, we want to go about it. The temper of the city is dictated by the people, the populace, the voters. And the voters are demanding competencies. They are demanding that you come up with something upstairs. They are demanding for people that have intellectual know-how, economic capabilities. So the demand has not made the place open for all sorts. It has not made it open for gun totters. Edo State wants a governor that is coming to up the game that Obaseki has started. So that is why you find that if you look at what is going on, you can predict that at the end of the day, democratic processes will just take run its course, and then we're going to have a very fair and free election, and we're going to have a peaceful election.
Talking about having fair and peaceful election,
yes.
There seems to be kind of disconnection from what you said now and what is happening in the PDP.
Yes.
The deputy governor, for instance,
yes.
he has been on the front line expressing his grievances against the party. And there are the body language of the executive or some top party members shows that the party is tinting towards a particular candidate. And the sitting governor actually came with this mindset of fighting godfatherism. And some political analysts are saying no. If you actually said godfatherism should end in Edo State, from your body language, it seems we are going to be seeing a kind of replication, which we would not want to happen. So how do you strike a balance?
I'm very happy you asked this question.
Yes.
Because this is an opportunity to really enlighten people.
It's important.
It is, Madam used one word when she was talking. She said that is textbook analysis. We cannot import our own form of democracy from nowhere. Nothing exists in a vacuum. Our democracy is molded after a democracy that started in Greece and then expanded to Europe and into America. And I like to say that we're copying American system of democracy. Politics, without what you have said now, is not politics. Politics is a pressured jostle for power because you think that you have the best credentials to offer to the people, and you need to convince the people. If the deputy governor is not out there expressing himself, then what is politics? So when people begin to say godfatherism, the party in power must do everything within its power to influence. That is programs and policy which is started, if he has any confidence in those programs and policies, should be continued. But we haven't seen any out of democratic norms behavior. That's what I'm saying to you. Everything we are saying is within the democratic norm. The governor has not been quoted by anybody to me that he came out to say, I'm supporting social candidates. Yes. There was a president in this country who said it was a do or die affair. And he said it publicly. He said it's a do or die affair. We've not heard such inflammatory statements. What we are hearing is what we call horse trading, brinksmanship, political engagements. That's what it should be. So you must do everything within your power to make yourself visible. If not, you'll be swallowed up in the cloud of, the political politicking. So what is happening now is very normal. Every other thing is on the basis of speculation. What we have as facts is normal as far as analysis is concerned. Democracy is going on, politics is going on, and it will continue to go on.
Now, some aspirants are saying, let's test our popularity. Executive of the party, stay off. But there seems to be a kind of reverse is the case now, because it seems that some of the aspirants are actually getting backings of the party leaders. And that is the fear of some of the aspirants.
When Madam said just now that the party chairman of the state, who is an executive of the party, number one executive of the party, is trying to advise, is trying to counsel, because he thinks that they will do better off if they have consensuses within their senatorial district. She wasn't suggesting that the executive is interfering or is trying to impose a candidate. He is, as far as Edo State Labour Party is concerned, that doesn't have government, or it's not in government in Edo State. The party chairman is the chief executive of the party in the state. So in PDP, for instance, the governor is the leader of the party in the state. And then the chairman of the party is the chairman of the party in the state. APC, that is not in government, they have their leaders and they have the chairman in the state. So if leaders fail to live up to their responsibility of providing leadership when they should, they're irresponsible.
Yes, thank you.
So leaders can only counsel and express their opinion because they have experiences. They've been through it, and they say, look, by our experience. I remember when I started politics, I was working with a particular man, I don't want to name him, and then he told us the counsel a particular person gave him. He said the person told him, brother, it's not about you. It's a collective decision, it's about us. If we lose, what we run in Nigeria is a winner takes it all system. So if you are going to be on the way of our losing, then please think of the general good. So that was a leader. He was counseling an aspirant. So you are going to have such counselings. Look, this is how I think it should go. This is how I think society is thinking. And this is how I think we should go. If we come to the house divided like this and many like this, we're going to have phrase. So that's it. So that's politics.
We will come back. We will come back to you in a moment. It seems you are shooting from all cylinders now. So let's hear from the horse's mouth. You actually are speaking in line for the Labour Party now as the deputy chairman of the Labour Party in the state. What specific strategies does your party employ to engage with delegates and ensure their voices are heard in the candidate selection process?
Okay, thank you, sir. Before we go there, although there were some other clarification, but again, let me still clarify, because my chairman, I'm representing him. Let it be known and on record.
So you will not say something here and your guy at the top will now come and say something else.
No.
All right, okay.
Where he goes, I go.
All right.
Check this out. He is the leader in Edo State. We have, of course, we have the National Working Committee. But when he gives counsel to the aspirant, it is because he wants the best for the people. Those are some of the strategies. That's why he called those senators. I want you to let that one be there, because it's not all about money. You calculated about $1 billion. I wish. But if you are wishing for money, you may not get what you are looking for.
So you don't need money.
We need money.
Labour Party don't need money. The form should be free.
Why are you changing things?
I'm trying to reason with you.
Yeah, we need money.
I'm reasoning with you.
Even to come here, is it not money?
Definitely.
That you can't. Oga, the reality of today. I was in the. I traveled for a while. When I came by, I said, this place is expensive. Things are very, very expensive.
Over there.
Here,
okay.
When you go on the street, be careful with people. Everybody is angry, hungry, and in penury. Not because you see them walking around. Things are hard for the common man. But let it still be on record that this magnanimous human being, State Chairman Ogbaloy, called the 3 senatorial districts. North, I was in the meeting with the North when he was having that meeting. Pastor Azena was there with the other aspirants. I think we have 5, but 3 showed up. He said, go. If he doesn't want to do that, he will tell them, okay, go and buy form.
Okay.
Go and buy form. Go and buy form. We will not have that your 1 billion.
About $1 billion, 900 million to be precise. Now, okay, now it's clear. It's clear to me. I just hope the viewers
I want
understands
people to know that the chairman has called the aspirants. He advised them. He counseled them. He cannot force them. He cannot impose himself on them. Is to counsel them.
Since things are hard, like you have agreed to, an average Nigerian on the street doesn't have joy. What measures is the party putting in place to ensure that the voices of these delegates are heard in selection of the flag bearer, the standard bearer of the party?
Thank you very much. It is very important because the masses, the people, they love Labour Party, and we love you right back. It is indirect primary. That means from the ward, you love, you know, go to your ward. It's also a form of mobilization. Go and test your popularity there and become a delegate. Where do you want to start it from? Is ward now encompasses units, which is where grassroots politics starts from.
Okay.
So from that ward, they will be elected, you know, as delegates. Then those people that have been elected, at least we have an input. It is what the people have in your ward. We have 192 wards. By the time everything, you can't, let it not be that, let politicians not only say, it is my way or it is either my way or the highway. It is the people's way that should be ultimate in our mind. Okay. That is why we are saying that delegates go to the field, test your popularity, your ideas, sell it to them why this candidate you want. And it will be more profitable if there are not so many that you are, this one is saying this one, that one is saying that one, that one is saying that one. So that even when eventually the person comes up, he will be able to calculate that at least I got 40%, okay, I got 50%. But if you are like this 33, which is great financially, or by who will say you don't want 1 billion or almost 1 billion, but practically it may not be the best. But
okay. You are taking us back to that
I've
1 billion.
I'm
trying to move ahead. I'm trying to go further so that we will not dwell on this. We will not dwell on this 1 billion. But if you want us to stay on, this 1 billion, you have to prove to us what will be happening to that 1 billion behind closed door. But however, we'll come back to you. What should the delegate look out for across party lines as we begin to look for the standard bearers across party lines?
All right. First of all, the delegates are part of the Edo Society, and they are, by the time they are appointed delegates, they are representative of their parties, in which case, by extension, they are representative of the Edo Society. Yes. Now, in the Edo Society of today, what the delegates should first of all look out for is, what's the thinking of the people? What exactly is the pulse of the Edo electorate? What kind of aspirants would the Edo electorate want them to present to later become a candidate?
Yes, sir. Because
by the time the delegates finish their work in their respective parties, the candidate is not going to face that party alone in the general election. He's going to face the Edo public, the Edo electorate, and the Edo voters. That is why many aspirants now seem to have forgotten that all their utterances in the public space is actually determining whether they are going to be the flag bearers of the party or not.
Yes, sir.
For instance, we have 2 parties here now. If you ask Madam, your frontliner or your aspirants, what have they said to Edo people? What have they offered to the public? She might be able to quote 2 or 3 people and say, this is what they have said, and this is what we think Edo need. If you ask PDP, they might have only 1 person. that is speaking coherently and consistently intellectually.
How did you arrive at that?
My judgment.
You have so many other persons. Well, it's your opinion.
Yes, my judgment. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That as you are talking before the public, people are forming their opinions. I mean, you can have two people talk for 2 hours.
Okay.
By my judgment, the other one is just belligerent, flexing muscles, abusive of every other person, abusive of the government he participates in, talking about a crisis, predicting crisis, and so on and so forth. And I'm wondering, is this man going to be a governor of crisis?
But you can't outrightly rule out
and I'm saying,
the campaign strategies of other aspirants.
Yes, I'm saying that when you are presenting yourself before the public, you are helping your delegates to make a choice.
Okay.
Because your delegates are going to weigh you based on those public utterances. And then they are going to weigh what Edo people are expecting.
Okay.
And they are going to say to themselves, if we present this man before Edo people will not vote for him.
Okay.
Because he hasn't told Edo people anything that he has to do for Edo people. Rather, let me finish.
Quickly, land.
Okay.
We need to go on a short break now.
Yes, okay, let me finish. So now, you say, what should the delegate be doing? So
Yes.
the delegate should be watching their aspirants and seeing the ones that are purposeful, that are about the business, that are beginning to convince Edo people that if they are given the mandate, they already have things upstairs and they've set it out in their minds that they are going to apply, that is going to bring solutions to Edo problem.